sports fans, ASMR Sports, back with something of a slow jam episode here. We're gonna slowly open and enjoy some of my favorite wax packs of all time. These are 1985 Topps baseball wax packs. And when I was just starting to collect back in like the kind of late 80s, this set was, kind of amazing. It had rookie cards of Doc Gooden, the hottest pitcher in the world, and probably the hottest player in the world at about that time. Rookie cards of Roger Clemens. A lot of kind of rookie cards of guys who we don't really think about anymore, but like Alvin Davis was one of the rookie cards in here. A few others that Eric Davis rookie cards in here. Huge rookie cards. Back in the late 80s when Eric Davis was looking like a perennial 30-30 player. And Mark McGwire, of course, kind of the sort of lone remaining valuable card in here. And of course, I cannot forget the second most valuable probably card in here, which is the Kirby Puckett rookie. So, just an amazing lineup of rookie cards in this stuff, back in the 80s. So, suffice to say, I think maybe I had a single pack of this stuff during my, kind of childhood collecting. I think I got it for Christmas, and kudos to my mom for picking out a pretty amazing pack. I sort of wonder if she went to the card shop and said, hey, what's the best pack to get, or best packs to get, because there was like a few packs in there and they were all good. But in any event, when I was a kid, just would rarely have even thought of buying something as awesome as an 85 Topps pack, because they were, I don't know how much they were back then. They were probably like over $5, and I'm, of course, buying, 87 Topps packs for 35 cents at that point, and the idea of spending $5, $6, $7, $8 on a pack was just crazy town. To me back then, I would always buy the cheaper stuff and go looking for, Canseco rookies or Bo Jackson rookies or something like that. So, I have opened a fair bit of this, in my adult collecting years, but it's been a long time since I really opened any, and I'd really like to savor these. So these are really clean looking packs. I got almost a full box of them, maybe a couple months ago. I think I have these listed on hotcardboard.com. If I don't and you want some, let me know. But I don't know, I couldn't resist digging into these guys. Seeing what we get, the kind of design of these just really brings back. So the gum actually was not too bad on there, pretty nice. A little bit of gum stain right there. Second year Mattingly in here. Oops. See if I can destroy these cards. Alright, so game piece. Card number 1. Leo Cruz. We'll check the centering off quite a bit on this first one, but corners of everything look pretty good. Edges look nice. These are pretty clean cards in here. Wow, look at the centering on this Andre. Oh, you see that? Oh, man. This Andre Dawson is impeccably centered. I feel like there's some printer's issues going on here. Yeah, all along the side here, so probably not something you'd go and try to grade because they will count that against you. Just printer's defects. But right behind it, look at this bad boy. Beautiful Kirby Puckett rookie, second card in. This one is kind of got some surface issues on it too, so probably not a grading candidate. It's a little bit off center. So, but a beautiful, beautiful Kirby Puckett rookie. I'm sure I have one or two of these somewhere, but never pulled one from a pack. Man, this is just a beautiful card. It's a color match. Like the whole thing is a color match. You got the light baby blue, the dark blue they use for the trim, and the red, as the, and then of course the white of the border. So it's like a perfect color match card. And these uniforms from '85 really kind of bring back the memories of the Twins. I grew up in Twins country, where I live right now in North Dakota. We're all Twins fans here, except me. I'm a Yankees fan. And he was just such a huge, huge deal for collectors around here. If you had this card back then, man, you were sitting very pretty. You could demand all sorts of stuff in trade for this thing. Now these are worth a few bucks, ungraded. But beautiful to see. And that really does, yeah, this is like such a neat looking card, I feel. Yeah, really cool. Wow, that's awesome. So these packs are definitely producing. Greg Pryor. Marty Castillo, catcher for the Dodgers. Mike Fitzgerald for the Mets. Gary Gaetti. So both Gaetti and Puckett were on the eventual World Championship team for the Twins in 1987. Hard to believe that was only a couple years after this set was released. It's funny, when you're a kid, the distance between like a couple of years or 3 years seems like forever. Like for me, 85 seems like way earlier than 87. Because I mean, the sort of growth that you have as a kid between those years is massive, but as an adult you don't really change all that much. Just have kind of additional experiences. So kind of funny, yeah, 85. And 85 was, before I started collecting, so these cards just seemed old to me, even back then. Since I never would have bought any, when they were out. And they were very expensive. Shortly thereafter, because, Gooden doing so well right away. And his rookies just commanding all sorts of money. Well, that's interesting. This card has a crease in it, which, if I hadn't carefully examined the seals on these cards and pulled, the second best card you can get out of the first pack, I would say, wait a minute, why is there a crease in a card in one of these packs? But, it can happen. It can happen. Weird things can happen. Crimping and, cuts and creases on cards can occur at the factory. You don't see it, the creases in particular, all that often, but it can happen. Everything else looks, really clean. Kurt Young would have been one of those guys that back in, I don't know, 87 or so, he was a pretty good young pitcher. That was probably a $2-3 card. When the rookie craze was going on. Their print defect there, that little red spot you see, pretty off center. Card to boot. Alright, let's go second pack here. So we're looking for the McGuire. Would really be the only thing that maybe could get your money back on a single pack release. Stenhouse. I feel like this card looks really cool too, with all the red there and the blue, with the Red Sox uniform. Obviously, Tony Armas not the greatest of players. He was a pretty solid player though for many years. Danny Heap. I wonder if this is a rookie. I feel like no. He's got quite a few years on the back. Stats there. Mel Hall, former Yankee. Did this guy went on to be kind of like I think he had some bad stuff. Like he was a sex offender. I hope I'm not wrong about that. Or I'm not misremembering that, but I feel like that's right. Ozzie Virgil. So they had these father-son inserts. One was the Boone family. Virgil was another. Can't remember. I think Dale and Yogi Berra probably had one. Steve Crawford. Bill Scherer. Tom Waddell. Marvel Wynn. Denny Walling and very off-center Willie Wilson. Seems like the really off-center ones come kind of at the end of the pack. Alright, last pack here. Okay, looks pretty clean so far. Leon Roberts, Joe Carter. Would have been a nice card to have at some point. He had a couple of really amazing seasons in the 80s and 90s, but ultimately not a Hall of Famer. Here's one of the record breaker subset cards. I should have said subset when I got that those family. The father-son card is a subset, not an insert. Subsets have numbering that is within the main card set, so it's 143 out of I think 792 cards, or how big these sets were. So inserts have their own numbering. All right, Don Sutton. Oh man, dang, we got the wrong USA Baseball, but at least we got a USA Baseball. We got Gary Green here. Gary Lefferts. Steve Garvey. Another guy who was a pretty big star in the 80s. He played in the 70s as well, but kind of the 80s is when he got real popular. Luis Salazar. Bill Russell. Game card. Johnny Lee Master. Dave Engel. I don't think he was on the 87. Yeah, he would not have been on the 87 Twins. Ooh, yes, I was going to say, if I can't pull a McGuire, I want to pull a Donnie Baseball. This one has kind of some surface stuff as well. Kind of just like, I don't know, wear and tear on some of these cards. Terry Whitfield. Another Tom Nieto. And another Dan Petrie. We've got some collation challenges, but yeah. This Mattingly is worth even in, pretty nice condition, like non-PSA 10, but, mint condition. It's pretty valueless. Maybe 50 cents a dollar, but when I was a kid, and I was a big Mattingly fan, this was his second year card, so I was super stoked to pick up one of these, as I did at a local card show. I think somebody had one that was there was this dealer who was pretty attuned to condition, and was always well aware of the grade of the cards he was selling, which was not true, I think, of a lot of people back in the in the late 80s. People were not terribly concerned about condition as they are today. So this dealer at these card shows I used to go to would have a lot of cards of big stars like Mattingly and Clemens and stuff like that up on his little bulletin board. Stick them up through a little pin. And 86s, and they were pretty cheap compared to, you know, what you'd see them for in other places, because the guy, you know, basically just was selling, you know, off-condition stuff, like maybe something was, had a one banged up corner, or was off-center like this, and he would kind of sell it for better, you know, better pricing than you'd get probably anywhere else at the show. So I'd always go to his table looking for single cards. Other than that, I was basically, you know, not interested at all in single cards. I was interested only in unopened stuff when I was a kid, kind of like today. But I was buying, you know, 25, 35 cent, 50 cent packs instead of the monstrosities we buy today. In any event, so yeah, I picked up one of these Mattingly's back then. Weighs 85 tops Mattingly's back then, and happy to have one now pulled from a pack. So we got 2 big Mega Stars from 3 packs, not too bad at all. We got the second best card in the set, and it was pretty nicely centered, so I can't complain about that. Alright folks, hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to do another slow jam episode with some other older 80s wax packs as well, so that'll be coming up soon. Hope you guys are doing fantastic.